When a Karen gets instant karma. On February 19th, 2024, officers in the Key West Police Department responded to a call for a woman, later identified as a 29-year-old, named Aaliyah. According to a Starbucks employee, Aaliyah was causing a disturbance, attempting to take drinks from other customers, and did not pay for her order. Aaliyah contends that she was only going to the restroom and was a guest at the motel.
Ma'am, can I talk to you for a minute? Come here.
Can I use the restroom?
No, come here for a minute.
Okay.
Because you've been trespassed from this property, so I need you to come
Stay
here.
here. I have a card.
Are you the one they just called on?
The officer approaches Aaliyah, who immediately tries to prevent the officer from pursuing any line of inquiry by claiming to be desperately in need of the restroom. But this officer has likely heard every excuse in the book, so he doesn't let her off the hook that easily, insisting she come with him first so the Starbucks employees can either confirm or deny her as a suspect.
Why?
Drinking other people's coffees and stuff?
I didn't drink anybody else's coffee. I have my own money.
Which should be fine, since, by her own words, she wasn't the one causing the chaos in the coffee shop by drinking from other people's cups. As she explained, she had her own.
Can you just walk to the window so I can make sure it's not you? So I can point him out?
And wash. Cool?
No, come here real quick.
I said I got wash.
Just come here real quick so I can check to make sure it's
I'm
you.
about to piss my pants on.
Okay, go pee. Go pee.
Despite the officer questioning several times that she come with him momentarily, Aaliyah insists that she's about to pee herself, to which no doubt the officer feels compelled to concede and allow her to use the restroom. The officer asks the Starbucks employee who witnessed the shenanigans to confirm a matching identity to Aaliyah, which she does.
Alright, let's walk over here real quick.
I'm gonna show you where.
No, we're gonna walk over to Starbucks. Hold on, I'm gonna put you in handcuffs if you resist me.
For what?
Walk over to Starbucks real quick.
After Aaliyah finally comes out of the restroom, the officer immediately pulls her to the side and explains that the staff are claiming she stole items from the store.
I'm telling you, my ID is right
I
there.
understand that, but they're claiming you stole something and I want to make sure you didn't.
Aaliyah instead tries to shift the focus of the conversation by claiming her ID is in the other room.
Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
You're being detained. Put your hands behind
What
your
did
back.
I do?
The officer isn't here for excuses and begins to try to cuff her, to which Aaliyah resists, and things end up in a heated physical scuffle.
You're being accused of theft.
Hey, I didn't steal anything.
Put your hands behind your back.
After again reminding her the accusations brought against her, Aaliyah escalated her effort to resist cuffs and tried to physically break contact with the officer. Arriving in the nick of time, another pair of hands can be seen helping restrain Aaliyah, allowing the primary officer to finally get cuffs on her.
I didn't steal anything. That's my phone right.
Unsurprisingly, Aaliyah continues to deny any wrongdoing.
Dude, I just used the bathroom. You just watched me. I was coming right back, and the ATM was right there. You didn't just pull all these cards out of
You
my
have
hand?
to pay before you leave the restaurant.
Now trying to explain that she left Starbucks only briefly to go to the toilet and was going to pay for her drink after. Essentially, she has just unwittingly admitted she in fact has not paid for her coffee, incriminating herself in her efforts to prove her innocence.
Hey, I can't breathe. Can you let the window down?
After being escorted to the police car, Aaliyah comes up with yet another excuse as to why she needs special attention and easily wins the title of most entitled Karen criminal.
Are you gonna give us some identification?
Yeah, can I?
Get back in.
Hey,
Get back in.
I'm just breathing.
The officer opens the door to see what all the commotion is about, and Aaliyah tactically puts her foot outside the car door, preventing the officer from closing the door and enabling the next stage of her plan that will no doubt shock you.
Get up.
Despite her best efforts to escape on foot, Aaliyah simply ends up face planting directly into a nearby bush, with a heavy-set officer tackling and pinning her to the ground.
I didn't steal anything. There's my identification and stuff right there. What did I do wrong? There's my money. There's all my stuff. Okay, it's cutting me though. I keep on trying to tell y'all that, and I told you I needed to breathe, and you're not helping me.
In the midst of being thrown around like a rag doll due to her severe non-compliance, Aaliyah continues to try to push focus away from her guilt and onto her ID.
It's cutting me.
Really?
Yeah, on my right hand.
I try to be nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
well,
advantage of
I'm
it.
not trying to.
So you.
as if the cops tackled her into the bush because they couldn't find her ID. Perhaps Aaliyah got knocked on the head during the tackle and has forgotten she tried to flee a cop car after having been detained and cuffed. Not only has Aaliyah seemingly lost her short-term memory, but the on-scene primary officer has clearly lost his patience, telling Aaliyah that he tried to be nice, and she took advantage of that, pushing him to the brink where the mask of professionalism slips, and he resorts to telling Aaliyah, F you.
I'm staying in room 318. I've been here paying $800 a night.
What hotel are you staying at?
24 North. I just told you go to the front desk. I was following you, and you just told me.
Airfield key. Where's your key to this hotel?
It's right in my pocket.
Aaliyah now tells the officers her name and hotel room number, seemingly willing to cooperate. Interestingly, Aaliyah tells the officers her ID is in her pocket, which actually contradicts her previous statements when first confronted by the officer.
Just go to the front desk, give them my name, give them my number.
This is a different hotel.
No, honey, I have a white. There's a white car.
Get in.
There's a white car.
Get in.
Dude,
Come on.
I'm not trespassing. Get off of me.
Adamant she was not trespassing, even if she is a paying resident at the hotel, she seemingly was not a paying customer at Starbucks, which, even if linked to the hotel, would legally be considered a separate establishment. With that in mind, if the employees had asked her to leave, then she likely would be considered trespassing in this establishment. Although it isn't clear from which location Aaliyah is being accused of trespassing, Aaliyah continues to contort herself in any way that prevents her from being put into the cop car. As a result, unbelievably, things start to escalate even further.
Stand up and sit down in the car.
I'm literally, it's right there.
All right.
You're gonna get tased.
I am going to
I
drive.
have my identification's right there.
Get in.
My identification is right
Get in.
in the bag.
Get in.
I can't.
Get in.
Yeah, you can. You're late to work. You're gonna get
Oh,
tased.
okay.
Having been pushed to threaten with the use of non-lethal force, officers are now able to get Aaliyah to stand up and comply with their commands, having already chipped her tooth during one of the several violent scuffles.
Okay, you're being charged with disorderly conduct in a licensed establishment. You're being charged with theft. You're being charged with resisting an officer. Those are your charges right now, okay?
While being told exactly what she's being charged with, at this point Aaliyah seems to start to come across like a crazed lunatic.
Disorderly conduct. I had a protein shake because I just worked out.
You didn't pay for it, and second,
I didn't even finish my day. I
you
gotta.
were vaping in their store, which is also disorderly.
I didn't know that was
because it's
illegal.
against
They
their
never
rule.
said that was illegal.
It's
Actually, I just bought
disorderly
it.
Conduct is what it is.
I just bought it. So
if you don't follow their rules and their place, and you're disturbing other people, including the employees,
I was
that
singing.
is disorderly
I
conduct.
was singing. Can I sing to you?
With one of the most unexpected yet creative excuses possible to explain away her orderly conduct. She'd just had a protein shake. She also explains that she wasn't being disorderly. She was just signing, revealing that she didn't try to run away from them earlier. She just couldn't breathe, because that's exactly what you should do when having breathing problems, isn't it? Go for a run.
What's your birthday?
Thank you for that.
What's your birthday?
It's right there on my ID.
You don't have an ID.
Yes, I do.
It wasn't in your stuff.
Did you go to 318?
We're not going to 318.
Oh, I know. That's okay.
All right, then you have another charge. Refusing to identify.
Despite Aaliyah having gone on and on about wanting to show the officers her ID, the officer tells her that there was no ID in her belongings, and she is now refusing to identify herself. But this officer is not standing for any of her childish antics, choosing instead to play her at her own game. If she is not going to give them her ID, then that's another crime and another charge. Refusing to identify yourself to an officer after they have established they have met the required threshold of reasonable suspicion that the suspect has engaged in a crime.
So from the beginning,
She
what
came
happened?
here, she started talking so loud, and then she kept on asking for stuff. She said she doesn't have money. I'm like, okay, then she started taking things from here and touched them, and then she got one of the potential.
She started to touch what?
The stuff in front.
So she started touching the food.
Yeah, and then she got one of the potential over there.
Did she open it and start drinking it?
Now, back at Starbucks, the officer asks staff what exactly happened. The officer also walks over to check if the bottle she stole is actually open and confirms it is, essentially proving that she stole it.
So she grabbed the protein shake, and then what happened?
And then she started talking so loud.
Very loud?
Yeah.
Was she disturbing the guests?
I mean, I don't know if they were disturbed, but she was very
Was she disturbing you guys?
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then she was going to the bathroom, coming back. She didn't do nothing to us, but she was very, very nothing to me.
And then, so she went to the bathroom and
she
came
come
back?
And then she touched over there. She started talking again, going back and forth, and then
Did you ever tell her to leave?
I didn't, because she doesn't, like, even if you tell her, she's not going to understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone tell her to leave?
Notably, this drink is the infamous protein shake that was earlier the excuse she gave for her disorderly behavior. However, that doesn't quite make sense, since according to the employee, she was being loud, obnoxious, and causing chaos before she had even had the drink.
A different way where she was grabbing other people's drinks and drinking.
She was also vaping.
Did anyone tell her to stop? No.
What about the drink thing? We're asking about the vaping.
She touched it.
So we have a mobile pickup order. So like that was why they called me. She was taking people's drinks down there, but she was touching them, and then they kept taking them off the counter, so she wouldn't grab them.
Was she touching them and drinking them?
No, she was trying to, and they were taking them back.
So she grabbed a drink and she tried to drink it, and you took it away from her before she did?
Put them on the counter.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and arrest her.
The officer repeatedly asked if the employees or any other staff members asked Aaliyah to leave, essentially trying to determine if she was trespassing. Since a store like Starbucks is open to the public, you likely have implied permission to enter, and you are not committing trespass until you have been asked to leave by the owner of the building or their representative, of which the Starbucks employees here would qualify. And since the officer now has testimony from the employee present throughout the entire situation that at no point anyone asked Aaliyah to leave, the charge of trespassing could not be pursued. On arriving at the police station, Aaliyah wants to raise her concerns with a supervisor about her injuries obtained as a result of the force used by officers to prevent her from resisting, evading, and attempting to make a run for it. Aaliyah wants to raise her concerns with the supervisor. Consequently, the supervisor asked the original arresting officer to explain how the scenario played out from the first encounter to the arrest.
I wasn't trying to be rude and turn my back to you. I just need to say something to them real quick.
Hey, no problem.
Were you there when this happened?
Yeah, we were all there.
Okay.
I was on the other side of the car when she was drive stunned.
Okay.
But I get to the scene. They give me a description of the person. I walk out to talk to her. She tries to walk away from me. I say, you can't go. I grab her. She continues to pull away. I take her down to the ground. Handcuff her. Take her to the police car.
Because he thought I was trying to run away, and I was just trying to sit down on the curb.
Could that happen as a takedown?
Already up to her old ways, Aaliyah tries to play victim and tells the supervisor she wasn't trying to run away from the cops. She was just trying to sit down. She was brutally tackled for absolutely no valid reason.
The tasing and her tooth. Yeah. And the takedown, I put her down on the ground, but she wasn't slammed or anything because it collapsed her onto the
You
ground.
got there when he had her on the ground. I'm not, give me just a second. I'll look at it, okay?
Can you fix this?
We got there when he, no, right now. He had her on the
I
ground.
took her to the police car, put her into the police car, and then Howell and Roman took her out of the police car to try to find her ID. And that's when she was resisting again.
Actually, I just opened the door, and she put her feet out. I told her to get back in. She shoved past me, tried to run. I tripped her, and she fell into the bushes.
I just pushed you
I
off.
didn't
Look at
see
me.
it.
I'm not trying to. I don't have to.
I picked her up. We put her against the
I was
car,
waiting for them to pour out my bagel.
and then put all of her weight, sat down, wouldn't refuse to get up. We picked her up, tried to put her in the seat. She sat down again. She kept pinning her legs under the car. We told her several times to get up. She refused. I said, get up, I'm gonna drive stun you. She refused. I pulled it out. I did the spark. I said, I'm gonna drive stun you, get up. And She refused to get up, and so
And this is when you called it out on the radio?
The secondary officer, who arrived on the scene as backup, explains the encounter with her trying to flee the cop car. He gives a detailed step-by-step recount of the attempted on-foot escape, clarifying that he didn't shove her face against the car, but pressed her back up against it.
I had her around
All I'm trying to show you is that I have the ID
Just take
and
pictures
my
of her
card.
face and try and get one of the children.
Yeah, that's
And just as a reminder, especially for you, any use of force, response, or resistance, as soon as you're able to, when it's safe, notify your supervisor and stand by until we get there. And unless like they're out of control, then I'll tell you, hey, go straight to the ticket.
The supervisor instructs the officers on what they should do next time and tells them to take pictures of Aaliyah's injuries. And in the meantime, he'll speak to Aaliyah's lawyer, clearly wanting to do everything by the book and uphold true justice, even if it's for Karen criminals like Aaliyah. Despite earlier not wanting to stop talking about her injuries and how much she had been done wrong, her mood has now done a complete 180, and she doesn't even want to have her photo taken to document her injuries, which could help Aaliyah pursue a case against the police department if she chose to. Instead, she says she's going to talk to her lawyers.
Okay. We need to take a picture of your tooth if you're claiming it's broken.
I'll talk to my lawyer.
Okay. So you don't want to give a picture of your tooth?
Like I said, I'll talk to my lawyer.
All right.
I don't need to prove that you just chipped my tooth. It's chipped.
It's that her tooth is chipped and she doesn't need a photo to price it. However, she seems to understand that most people won't actually see her in person, as a lot of pre-court litigation and communication between lawyers is done online. Clearly, unbeknownst to her, she's only hurting her own potential case of excessive force by not documenting her injuries, especially since her bruised lip will heal.
The police department. The police department, anybody in here?
Did she get ID'd?
Not
Fine.
fully.
So the last time I had an interaction with this gas on this drawer, she take her ID. There's some bags inside that drawer.
Yeah, before we go like rummaging.
Yeah, digging.
stuff.
The officers now enter Aaliyah's hotel room and search the premises for anything that could aid in their investigation.
From 16 till today, so today.
All right, I got her. It's been cut 3 or 4 times, so 4 or 6. I'll be going to 2 for deal.
Not finding anything related to their investigation, the officers leave empty-handed. Despite her best efforts to resist cuffs, evade arrest, and even run from the back of a cop car whilst in cuffs, Aaliyah's determination to convey her identity as the victim clearly didn't win with the courts. Aaliyah was charged with petty theft, disorderly conduct on the premises of an establishment, and 3 counts of resisting or obstructing an officer without violence. The official report indicates that the first resisting and obstructing charge relates to the initial physical contact between herself and the primary on-scene officer, the second for attempting to flee the back of a cop car while detained, and the third for refusing to provide identification. On September 27th, 2023, Florida officers responded to a call of a couple shoplifting. These 2 individuals were entitled enough to think that they were above the law and didn't have to pay. Like everyone else around them, the arrogant Karen couple attempted to flee on foot, but didn't get far.
What's going on?
Nothing.
10-12 with some
I'm just
female.
scared.
Scared of what? What's your name? What's your
I
name?
don't have a name.
You don't have a name. What's going on? Hey, excuse me. Stand by.
Don't touch me.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Did you see somebody? Why are you hiding?
Because you guys were running after me.
We were running after you.
Yeah, because you guys told me to stop, and then you guys were running after.
Where's your boyfriend, buddy?
I don't have a boyfriend.
A suspicious individual emerges from the bush after having run from the police, refusing to identify herself and saying she doesn't have a boyfriend, implying she wasn't with anybody else despite a couple already having been identified.
You got his number? Hey, ma'am, excuse me.
Where you going?
You're detained. Put on the ground. Put on the ground. Get to the ground. Get to the ground.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Due to her non-compliance and lies, the officer reaches for the female, who sharply pulls away. And this is where things escalate dramatically, with the use of non-lethal weapons unleashed to try to enforce submission.
Put your hands behind your back now. Put your hands behind your back now.
Put your hands
behind your back now.
But unfortunately, it's too late. Her actions already constitute a charge of resisting arrest, which the officer later explains.
Hey, man, he's right here, yo. He's right here. Mel is right here. I got visual. He's going that way. He's going that way. He's going that way. Come here.
Come on.
Babe, Mel is in the parking lot, looking like he's about to flee northbound. We need somebody. He got black Mel, Miami Heat shirt, blue jeans. He's running. Running on foot, going eastbound.
The officers manage to find the other suspect trying to hide in a nearby car park, who then sprints off away from pursuing on-foot officers once he realizes he's been seen.
Hey, drop it now! I'm going to tase you! I'm going to tase you! Take him! Get down! Put your hands behind your back now! She got my hands on your handcuffs. Handcuffs.
Hey, I got handcuffs right here.
Where?
Get him. I got handcuffs. Get his hand on the back. Give me the other hand.
With impressive speed, the officer manages to catch up with the evading suspect, despite his significant head start, and accurately deploys his taser while both himself and the suspect were still moving at speed, allowing an accompanying officer to swiftly secure cuffs.
I gotta do something.
Shit's off, right?
It's okay.
Your
wife okay? Yeah. I hate that left. I'm scared. Come here, man. I'm gonna sit you up. Okay? I'm gonna sit you up. I'm scared. Hey, you know how you avoid all these problems?
Don't do it. Right. I should listen to her. That's my fault. She told me not to. She told me not to. She told me not to. She told me not to.
All right. You feel all right?
Is she all right?
Are you all right?
If she's all right, I'm good.
Yeah, she's all right.
I'm fine. Oh, man.
All right.
That taser felt good. Well, I've been out here, bro. I've been out here.
Let me see your eyes. Good job.
I'm sober.
Are you 100% sober?
Swear to God, on my daughter.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Is she all right?
While detained on the floor in cuffs, the individual now tries to shift all of the blame to himself to protect his wife, saying she warned him not to do it. However, officers question the male's sobriety, as he exclaims that the taser felt good, and seems to have gotten a high on life buzz from the taser buzz.
What's her name, dude? What's your girlfriend name? What's your question?
Heart.
All right, give me her name.
What's your question?
I don't spell her last name.
Yeah, I taste it. I taste it.
I don't spell her last name at all.
What crime did she do?
Resisting me? Resisting me? You still don't even know her name.
It's foreign.
How do you say it? I told her stop.
Yes, sir. It's
And she's probably a accessory.
accessory to what?
Did she help you commit that crime?
No, she did. She had nothing about it. She's innocent.
No, she's not innocent. She's going for resisting me.
Since the female herself wouldn't give up her identity, the officer tries to get the information from her husband, explaining to him she's already going away because she resisted arrest and could potentially be considered an accessory to his crime, depending on the facts.
To where?
To the hospital. And then
With him?
Yeah.
Alright. She needs to get checked out too. Oh, I got her property. Hey, you're lucky I didn't tase you in the face though, bro. because it missed you.
Officers now discuss who was tased and who needs hospital attention, with the officer warning the male suspect he was lucky he didn't get tased in the face. The thieving Karen couple were transported to a hospital via ambulance and received medical attention. They were then transported to jail, and the female was charged with resisting and theft, and the male just theft. A crazed Karen has cops called on her after refusing to leave a small-town shop. Due to her manic demeanor and determination to make a nuisance of herself, a no-nonsense cop arrives on scene to try to put her in her place.
Walk out the door. Walk out the door and don't come back. They don't want you in here. Okay. Have a nice day. Hey, I told you they don't want you in this business. Step out or you're going to go to jail.
Well, he's recording right now on his phone.
Step out or you're going to jail.
To jail for civil matter?
You are not allowed in this business. Walk out. You are trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I am not.
Amy.
Am I not a member? Then give me my receipt, Brenda.
Step out.
Give me my receipt, Brenda.
Come on.
Follow them and take me up at the jail.
Come on.
Arrest me.
Leave.
I swear to God, arrest me.
Leave.
Touch me and arrest me.
Leave.
I'm giving you permission to touch me.
I don't need your permission. Leave.
Why?
Leave.
You do need my permission.
Leave.
Are we in the state of Ohio, sir?
Leave.
Answer the question. Tell me the answer to the question. You know I know someone at the White House. Call my dad.
Put your hands behind your back.
And call my dad.
From the onset, this entitled Karen is adamant she has done nothing wrong and is breaking no crimes. However, as soon as the owner of the private property asks you to leave and you refuse, this constitutes trespassing, which seems to have occurred here. Despite Karen's insistence, she knows the laws better than the officer enforcing them.
Stop. Stop.
No.
Stop.
Help me. Help me. You're going to bruise me. Please stop. You don't know your...
Stop.
I can't breathe in there. Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Ed, you have to run. Hurry. My shop is open. Call on your phone.
Stop.
No.
Get in the car.
Help me. Help me. Help me.
Amy.
Help me.
Stop.
Help me. I'm going to die.
Stop.
Ed, you know I'm right.
Stop. Amy. Stop.
Call my dad.
Stop.
You didn't even read my rights.
Amy.
Call Donald.
Sit in the car.
Call Patrick Spicer. Sean Spicer. Sean Spicer. Show them my phone. Go get my phone.
Turn around.
No, please.
Amy,
get in the car and we'll
not
get
if his
this.
camera's not on. Ed,
Get in the car and we'll get
I
this
can't breathe.
sorted.
No, I haven't slept for so long. Remember, I have PTSD. Please.
After the Karen makes the signature screech of forced victimhood, the officer tries to shuttle her into the back of his police car.
A seat, Amy.
Call Des. Go to my house. No, go to my shop. Go to my shop.
Amy.
Okay, please.
Sit down. I don't want to have to put you in the car, but I will if I have to. So please don't make me. Please get in the car.
Let me talk to my friend. Do I know what I'm talking about? Do I know Sean Spicer?
Yes.
Seemingly an expert Karen, the number of different excuses she rattled off within seconds of each other to try to resist being placed in the cop car is both astonishing and terrifying. Even the elderly man she seems to be with is not one for siding with her, and instead is trying to help the officer secure and detain her.
Amy.
Hold on.
Sit down, please.
Please. No.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
No. Please.
Get in the car.
Please. Oh, you don't understand.
Get in the car.
You don't understand. That's fine.
Amy, it would be a lot better if you just cooperate. Sit still.
I am trying to cooperate, sir.
Okay, just take a few deep breaths. Sit still.
No, wait. My shop is... No, you don't understand.
I do understand,
No,
but
please.
I need you to just take a few breaths,
Please,
okay?
You don't understand.
I do, but I need you to sit
Sir,
still.
don't.
I need you to sit still and just kind of breathe, okay?
Finally managing to get the woman identified as Amy into the back of his car, the officer does his best to try and de-escalate the situation and calm the frantic woman down.
Let go of the seatbelt. Stop putting your leg out of the car or I will close the door and you won't get to talk to him.
Please, I have...
Put your leg in the car.
Please, no.
All right, that's it. Call your dad.
No.
Put your leg in the car.
Amy, you're going to have to calm down, okay? He's done everything he can to calm you down.
I love you.
All right, I think the story time's over. You ready to roll with her?
Yeah, can you get me, what's her name's 11 added to the pages of complaint?
Yeah, you need a Band-Aid or
I'll be all right. Okay.
But this only lasts several moments before she's back to trying to divert attention to some other irrelevant excuse. Due to her insane behavior, all of which could have been avoided had she chosen to exercise her right to remain silent, she landed herself with several charges: resisting arrest, causing harm to a police officer, simple assault, trespassing, and disorderly conduct. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, like, subscribe, and comment below. We'll see you next time.